Hi, I'm Irrelevant, and this is Irrelevant Topics. Today I want to talk about Donald Trump. I think that Donald Trump is not the perfect person at all. He's probably not the best president the United States could have had. He's not the hero we want. I'm going to steal this from The Dark Knight because I love that film so much, but in this case it's so true that he's not the hero we wanted. He's the hero we needed. Donald Trump has a lot of character flaws, a lot. However, many of those character flaws and many of the things that make him the way he is have allowed him to, essentially be the great revealer. He has revealed a lot of aspects of society that we were just not aware that were there in. Well, I mean, we were aware of them, but we had no concrete evidence. When he was inaugurated president, and even before that, many of the things became evident. So the media definitely it's a big one. How they went full force against him, how they wanted to attack him all the time. That's all they wanted to do all the time. They couldn't give him any merit for any of the good things he's done. It was all bad all the time. Donald Trump is bad. And I think that allowed some people to wake up, because some people said, especially I think that's kind of where the media showing their hand is where the walk away movement and similar movement and similar things that happen to people, that's roughly where it's come from. Where media going full force against Donald Trump. And it made people realize that, wait a minute, like, these people can't give Trump just one merit. They can't compliment him on anything. Like, nothing he does is ever right. And like, people who are not that way. Like, people who are very bad people in general, but even them do something right every so often. So how come this man cannot do anything right ever? And I turned into this Trump train in a way, mostly because of that. Because I've known for a long time that the media has been lying to us. There's some high-profile people that I've been following for some time that have been smirched by the media for a very long time. So I've known that they're perfectly willing to lie about and do character assassination about anyone. So that's sort of what got me into looking into Trump a bit more deeply, whereas like most people just won't do that. It also allowed many of us to see just who's under the indoctrination of the mainstream media, which is a significant amount of the population, it seems. A large part of my social circle is completely under the spell of the mainstream media. And it's been very interesting to learn who is completely indoctrinated and under the spell of mainstream media, and not only mainstream media, but the main narrative being told by every sort of aspect of area of culture in society. It's been good to know that. It's been good to know who are the post-fact people. I'm not saying every Trump supporter is perfect. They're definitely not. I find that many Trump supporters are quite crazy. I think as crazy as some of the leftists. Indeed, definitely there are plenty of people in the Trump camp that are willing to believe just about anything, as long as he reassures their existing beliefs. However, I can say for a fact that the reasonable people, most of the reasonable people, I don't think there's any reasonable people left in the left. Like, and it's not whether there are lefties who don't like Donald Trump, but they're reasonable and have integrity. And even them, like, they don't quite hate Donald Trump, they just don't like the man for a variety of reasons. But they're not crazy about it. They're not crazy. So, whereas most lefties are absolutely insane. And I think a lot of people who wouldn't have otherwise liked or taken refuge under someone like Trump have done so because they have nowhere else to go. Essentially supporting Donald Trump because the other side is just absolutely insane. And they're completely post-facts. They don't care about any facts. They're just absolutely insane, like, beyond a doubt. And they clearly can't see it. And we live in a post-fact world, essentially. So there's many leftists who are not a fan of Trump, but do believe in some believe in left policies, which there's another video I have to make another day, fighting those. I mean, I'm a former Marxist, so yeah, I do have my problems with some of the Marxist ideologies, but I'll get to that another time. But these people they can't recognize when Trump has done something good. So they're clearly not insane. Like if you're not able to recognize when Trump has done something good, you're absolutely insane. It's just that simple, honestly. And a lot of people who are centrists, who are leftists, and obviously mild right-wing personalities have been pushed, or not pushed, but because I think most of these people still have a very similar worldview that they had before Trump came into the limelight as a political figure. But based on the lunacy of the leftists, they have been categorized as right-wingers. Like even someone like Brett Weinstein, if you haven't heard from the Evergreen story, I really strongly recommend you do look it up. It's incredibly interesting. But even someone he's got a podcast with his wife Heather, and he's clearly a left-wing person. Like there's no doubt about it. He's clearly left-wing. But according to these insane lunatics, he's considered by them to be right-wing. So all of the not crazy people happen to be supporting Trump. At least that's my opinion, the way I see it. And I think again that's something that Donald Trump has revealed to all of us, like who's crazy and who's not. I think the people who are paying attention and still just absolutely hate Donald Trump are just insane. The people who are not paying attention and are just under the spell of mainstream media, that's fine. They're not necessarily insane, they're just not paying attention, just falling for the lies of the mainstream media. And they do have plenty of power. They control all aspects of society. There's a very impressive subversion of the Western society that have been going on for the past 50 years or so. So it's really hard to fight against. And many aspects of academia, arts, all of arts have been co-opted by these people. Although I probably would say that they've always been very left-leaning, strongly left-leaning. All of art, academia. It's right now it's completely co-opted by the Marxist communists and as postmodernists, I guess. So that is one of the revelations. Those are two of the revelations that Donald Trump has given us. So there is the media. There is who is insane, essentially. Especially a public figure, who's a public figure who's insane. And the next one, which I think is also one of the best one, is like the establishment one, and what is the deep state and who is the deep state, which again a lot of people suspected it, but we didn't quite have clear evidence of this because many of the elected officials were on the side of the deep state and they never fought against them, so that narrative never had to come out to the public, whereas with Donald Trump the deep state clearly hate him, and we've been able to see all of these unelected officials which are in the government forever, well, not necessarily forever, for a very long time. They have power and control that they genuinely abuse and have co-opted the government of the United States. And that it's not only a massive the United States, it's also happening in many other countries, but in this particular case it's been revealed in the United States. Because again, in my opinion, Donald Trump is a great revealer. That's been his main task, is just to reveal and make us see, take the blindfold off our eyes and just like make us see behind the curtain as to what it's really going on. I think these are three main aspects which are very interesting about Donald Trump, and I think we should be very thankful to him for those things. I think many people criticize him for his character and the way he is, but I think that is precisely what has allowed him to become the main revealer. I'm not sure if any other person with a different personality would have been able to do something like that. A lot of people think that, we deserve a better president, but do we though? Do we really deserve a better president? Because I do know plenty of people who complain about Donald Trump because of his rhetoric. And he says a lot of stupid stuff and a lot of unnecessary stuff, and he's not very calculating when he speaks. He's really not. But I'd rather have a loudmouth friend who's ill-spoken, who is not very nice, particularly. It's sort of a bully, but he's a genuine good friend who actually cares about me. I'd rather have that friend than have someone who talks very nicely to me. He's always very nice, but at the same time he's stabbing me on the back all the time. Anytime he gets, it's unloyal and will throw me under the bus anytime he gets. Which I think it's essentially the Justin Trudeau's, the Barack Obamas of the world. The people talk nicely but are essentially betraying us. I think Justin Trudeau has sold Canada. It's my opinion. He's sold Canada to China. I think many politicians in the United States are on both sides of the aisle, the Uni Party as it's called. So both the Republican and the Democratic Party, which is essentially the same party. I think both of them have been selling the United States for the past 20 years or so to China as well. And then comes Donald Trump and they hate him. China hates him. The deep state hates him. Mainstream media hates him. Why? The people not question this. Why? So yeah, I'm very thankful for Donald Trump, even with his massive character flaws. I think he's what he needed. And again, to quote Doug Noah like I did in the beginning, he's not the hero we wanted, but he's certainly the hero we needed. And I'm glad that we had someone like Donald Trump to reveal all this stuff for us. I wish we could have 4 more years of him. I'm not entirely sure how that's going to end yet. Future has been quite interesting lately. I wish, the election fraud is evident to anyone who's bothered to look at the evidence. There's so much evidence, it's insane, and it's more than evident that there was election fraud. But most people just haven't bothered to look at the evidence, have just listened to mainstream media saying that it's a conspiracy theory, and then making it up. And those things are not real. But anyway, thank you very much for listening to me. I really appreciate it. Please subscribe and like this video. I hope that helps me. If you like this, I hope I can make more content for you, and share probably some. And I'll see you another time. Thank you very much. Really appreciate it.